Bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour, j'espère qu'elle est bien. Vous avez passé une bonne soirée hier soir. Le stream était intéressant. Il était vraiment pas mal. Il s'est passé quelques petits trucs. Le nouveau bureau pour Willy Jones, très intéressant. La mise en place de tout ça. Bon, bien entendu, il y a eu le petit dégât aussi sur le serveur. Donc, ça n'a pas été la meilleure chose, on va dire. Mais en soi, on s'est bien occupé. On a joué un peu à Palworld hier soir. À 15 minutes. Ce qui est très bien, hein. Et on a fini en grande pompe sur une photo du gouverneur. C'était très bien. Nickel. Bon, on va pouvoir partir sur Outer World. On va continuer l'histoire avec Buzz, l'inspecteur Buzz. Allez, on y va.
So this is where Slug houses all its completely legally obtained inventory,
Une question que je me pose. Nouveau Glogio. Jouabilité, ok. Moi, je vais juste vérifier quelque chose. Ok. On va faire. On est en fin de course.
I didn't even know they made Raptidon erotica. Wait, maybe this Hènrobal one.
Alors. Oula.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect? Well, yeah, but they weren't suspects. Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigate? That's the weird part. There's no pattern far as I can tell. The thefts don't make sense. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice saber, full stop. Yeah, probably not. No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's Choice sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft, 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder. Well, I'm no inspector. If there is one, I'm sure you'll find it.
Ouais, c'est bizarre, ouais. Qui a qui aux marchandises?
Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager, he told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo.
Benton pourrait être impliqué?
Nah, Benton's too lazy for crime. The extra work would kill him. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the whole head told me he couldn't help because he was dead.
Imparable. Ouais.
Yeah, especially when he kept shouting, "Dead people can't hear anything," at me. On the bright side, I'm sure the dead won't mind if you decide to check those loading automechs out yourself. Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined. Maybe they're keen on cashing out and want to go as painfully as possible. I don't know. Boss Kincannon's office is where he holds most of his meetings with important folks like Miss Helen. Just about all negotiations happen in his office too. Vendor pricing, major purchase orders, rentals for construction projects, you name it.
Ok.
Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours. Oh no, I forgot to delete all of those incriminating messages I sent about which cargo to steal. Nah, I do have a list of cargo that's gone missing though, if that helps.
Ok. On va mettre les points de compétence. Je m'ai quitté dans quoi là récemment? Je me rappelle plus.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Non, je pars pas d'ici avant. Je pars pas d'ici sans avoir trouvé ce qu'il faut.
What?
Y a rien.
Hey, pal. Over here. Hey there. You looking to unwind, friend? Maybe you're on your way to the bar for a good time? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more kick? Then maybe I'm your guy. The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic pharmaceuticals. Natural sub... I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. I do. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's box. Better than nature, right? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture, not all of them are as good for you as the board wants you to believe. Alternatives. That's the way to go, pal. Trust me. No matter what ails you, I got what you need. What do I sell? I've got premium shit, my friend. Vitamins like you wouldn't believe. Calcium, vitamin D, reverse vitamin D. I got everything, my friend. You got stress problems? I got stress solutions. Aromatherapy eases the mind. Diluted mantisaur essence. Best kept secret in the business. And if you're a real freak, techniques to calm yourself by fooling your own mind. If they can tame the rage of a certain well-known tossball star, they can help anybody.
Les avantages, je les ai pas mis.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger. For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes. There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Une directive a été mise en place pour initier le protocole défensif qui ajourne les données non autorisées installées en site. Automecha venait à être retiré.
Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate. How can this automechanical? Access panel is open. Please. Failsafe successfully disabled. Ejecting data log 17C.
Ok. Dupliquer une cargaison aléatoire tous les 1 à quelques jours.
Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists. Unit entering stand.
What do you think you're... Just don't let me get you again, all right?
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Alors,
Ooh, I love this part. What makes you say? Damn, you're good. Hacking the Automex. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern. A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that Slug would soon possess it. Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device?
ouais. Non, ouais, c'est exactement ça. Un peu mon neveu.
Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research. That, or she never intended it to stop. Impossible to know now. Unbelievable. I helped her. Gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn. I can't begin to guess at her motive. If it was to spit in my face, she'd be pleased to know she succeeded. This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead, and that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground.
Oh, calme-toi par contre.
Halcyon Helen is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not. Oh, that is good, Inspector. Now you are thinking in the manner you must if you intend to get to the bottom of this mess. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. Inspector, to what? Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
Non.
No. I played no role in the good constable's death. It seems murder is becoming an unsettling trend on Eridanos as of late. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keen's passing. When you find her killer, please... We may have been on opposite sides of the law on occasion, but we were not enemies. Perhaps it will shock you to hear her loss saddens me. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless.
Ouais, elle était
I'm also
gentille, putain.
saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know. She was fond of a 0G, though I cannot begin to imagine why. But let's discuss something else. Do you... The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused. That's a bit rich, considering the way you behaved toward my assistant earlier. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added. Think of it this way. It was a test, and he failed. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger. Alas, I can't. I am, first and foremost, the head of Slug, and it simply wouldn't be good for business. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business. Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain a seat on it. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still he's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business. Not in front of witnesses, I didn't.
Il avait rien du tout, quoi. Non, j'avais un autre truc à faire. Non, c'est pas ça.
I wonder if all these cargo containers are stored here for any legitimate reason. Or just to give Sublight more opportunities for larceny.
Hey, what do you want? Not so loud!
How'd you know it was me? That's what the disguise is for. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. Well, they ain't talking to me, at least. Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
You'll get no argument from me. And probably not from anyone who's watched you flail around the tossball field like a drunken primal.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring things out than me. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help? I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers.
Huh?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
I think he means drunk.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air. We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow? There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her. I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. She was all alone. I know how that feels now. It's so hard to be all by your lonesome. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time. I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief. Sure did. Only there was a guard out there who found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was. Long story short, I got out of there. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone. I didn't know where I was going, but my legs took me straight to my friend's... I mean, to my... fridge-rator. Can we pretend I didn't mention that? I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
Good one, Captain. Oh, you're serious? You want me to be the bad inspector? Are you sure? Oh, you mean like an Against the Outlaw Kings? There's this scene where Agent Khan grabs a fella by the collar and really gives him what for.
Oh yeah! That's a pretty intense scene.
All right, you can do this, Parvati. Just do what Agent Khan would do. Now you listen here, Birdie. You've been giving us the runabout and I don't much appreciate it. Miss Helen's killer is still out there, and we got every intention of hunting him down.
Whoa, you're not going to do the part where Agent Khan pulls a pistol on the suspect, right?
You'd best tell us what you know. Because if any more innocent people die, that's gonna be on you. You understand me?
Wait, more folks could die? You're joking. Law, I had no idea this was so big.
Was that too much?
It's a matter of other folks' lives, then. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric
Right.
West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down. Yep, that's the one. So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again. Oh, yeah, you'll probably want to... Yeah, of course. Of course. Helen sure did have the prettiest handwriting. Here. Take it. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being I know that. But you gotta believe me. I would never hurt Helen, no matter how drunk I was. You could preserve me in Spectrum Brown and I wouldn't even look at her funny. I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around. I get it. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else? What do you want to... I remember sending her the recording, but... Law, I was halfway to preserved by then. I don't know what was on it. When I realized what I'd done, I panicked. If I'd said something dumb, folks might think I was involved in her death. I was scared of looking suspicious. You listened to it? Thank the architect. I hope she heard it. I don't want the last time she heard my voice to be when I was all angry at the orchard.
What can I do you for? Wait, you ain't a sheriff, right? You gotta tell me if you're a sheriff. I'll be honest, I don't really know where that puts us. All right, fine. Yeah, I know Birdie. So what? Yeah, that was me. Birdie's got a temper, but he's not a bad kid, you know? He's trying to work on it. He may or may not buy alternatives from me from time to time. A little diluted mantis or essence here, a little vitamin B negative there.
Okay.
He's stressed out of his mind, the poor guy. Everyone knows his name. Can't turn around without having to sign an autograph. Then you throw in playing tossball for a living. Violence like that, it does things to a body. It does things to the head. Come on. Birdie's a damn good hacker, but taking that many blows to the noggin would scramble anyone's upstairs business. I know it's knocked a few of his memories loose. I worry about him, that's all. He's a good kid. Got a good heart.
Ok. Mais est-ce qu'il est qu'avec toi?
Yeah. Damn shame about that. Birdie thought the world of Helen, you know. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep.
Ok. Allez, salut. Je vais pas les arrêter. On va attendre un peu.
Inspector, I've just received word that Constable Keene is dead. Please tell me it isn't true. Halcyon Helen, Leora Blossom, Maria Keene. There's a murderer on the loose, Inspector. You must stop them. I don't have Maria to count on anymore, so I'm counting on you. The Needler was among Helen's belongings. Whoever stole it must have been able to slip in and out of the hotel. Maria was my sole representative in Cedric's territory. The entire hotel staff is on his payroll. Any one of them could have killed her on his behalf. Why were you going through Maria's terminal? Any upgrades to valuable automechanicals must be authorized by me. I'm the administrator. And you need to focus on the hunt for Helen's killer. Was there... I'm pleased to hear that. Bertie Holcomb is a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers property. When Helen was murdered, Bertie was nowhere to be found. The timing of his disappearance is unfortunate. Oh, dear law. Please tell me there wasn't another woolly cow involved. Every ranger is contractually obligated to medicate themselves with company-approved stimulants. Are you telling me Black Hole Birdie has been playing clean all these years? Huh, that's impressive. A breach of contract, but impressive. Be plain with me, Inspector. Do you believe Black Hole Birdie killed Helen?
C'est possible en vrai. C'est... On peut pas omettre un...
Understood. I'd like you to continue your investigation. Notify me as soon as you're ready to make a formal accusation. I appreciate that. I'd rather keep Bertie within the public eye than let him languish in a bar at the docks. I'll make my report of your investigation into Bertie. Closely, I trust. Smart. Nothing Cedric says in his defense can be taken in good faith. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible?
Et torturer un type au moment de la mort Galen.
Fair enough, Inspector. I won't try to influence your judgment any more than I already have. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. Are you confident you've finished your investigation? Law speed.
What floor would Oh, what authorized to the
Continue avec eux. Pour le piratage et le crochetage. Ah bah, c'est important.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warm. How may I be? I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it.
Ouais.
Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done.
What floor? If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terroré, blood, terroré, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroré. Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents. These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terroré biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed. the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of an... Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste... You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology. Well, that wasn't in the script, but you did at least convincingly sound like an idiot. Congratulations. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Oh, no, this is curious indeed. Who are you? And how did you get in here? And yet you found your way to my humble hotel room. Why do I feel there's more of a reason for you to be here than you let on? I think I know, you cheeky little sprat.
Ah ouais?
Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or so I've heard.
Non.
Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello. Hi. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to... You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane, the absolute picture of justice. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer. Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop. None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve. How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. I couldn't say, Inspector. I'm merely an actor. Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolridge. Very well. So, how was... Why, I'm merely worried for my own sake. Perhaps whoever came after her could come after me next. But if you don't want to tell me, I understand. Whatever happened, I hope poor Bellamy didn't suffer. Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of. I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character. Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with others while meditating.
Huh.
I'll answer whatever you wish. Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids. Oh, it wasn't. And don't think I haven't picked up on your tone. Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another completely. It's also beneath me. Oh, have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense. Yes. Yes, I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints. I'm quite used to being bred.
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons? Ain't a lot of players who can make that claim. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers, but now I'm all convalesced, ready to lay into some Cleo darlings, you know? Really break some legs. Oh, you must be that inspector people have been talking about. It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you want to know? Oh, Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Birdie was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them. What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen. I'm ashamed to admit it, but me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keen's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keen saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off. No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away. But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. That much I know. Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blunt honesty. What can I do?
Is that a woolly cow?
Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel room. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodation. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum vodka. Alcohol An accurate observation, Inspector. This woolly cow is suffering from symptoms consistent. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Ranger. Insufficient data. A brief survey of localized property damage. Divided by the area of this room, this unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
Ok.
Hotel rooms don't feel like home until you mess them.
Y'a rien ici. Hein.
Easy.
Il y a pas mal d'améliorer ça en plus là.
What floor would... To the left.
Something mighty strange went on earlier. What happened?
That's clever.
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been... Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom. Oh, that's so nice. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
Le nombre des personnes qui sont montées à l'étage.
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serial star, but I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off? Well, not necessarily, but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they... Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons. Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy. Plus, there's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself. That and the elevator still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep. Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any and all guests who might need it. And so handsome, too. His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. A little beyond his station.
Ah. Intéressant.
Can't imagine what it must be like, living down here like sprats in a wall.
I'll keep quiet.
Law, we are unstoppable. Down they go.
Trouble incoming, Captain.
Nice.
Bon, là c'est barricadé.
I'm trapped. Someone come help me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Please just open the door. I'm not
Each collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial, and must have been brought in from outside. The fridge was transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Horrible mort. Mais là, à gauche, je peux pas l'ouvrir. Ok. L'accès de la chambre A2 nécessaire. Ok, verrouillé.
You, hear about the murder?
How the hell could I not have heard it?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon... Searching slug work logs. No work log found. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees. Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, doesn't...
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm... Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually... Crime or no crime, I must keep my head on my work. One does not simply become the head chef in all of Eridanos by fretting over irrelevant happenings. Well, that's not entirely true. There are the Purpleberry Orchards and... No, you're right. I can't afford to skimp. Who exactly are you, anyhow? Oh, you're the inspector they told me... No. As it so happens, I was down in the employee break room. I wasn't taking an unsanctioned break, of course. I was merely fetching ingredients. Hello? You have... Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest. Well, yes, I'm positive. Why? Oh my law, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous, but I didn't heed her warnings. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients. Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I worry about it? Well, I suppose that's as good a point as any I've heard. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking, and consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal. Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather particular. Let's not talk about the incident with the Raptidon pheromone glands. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait. I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera. It'll prove I'm telling the truth about everything. Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal. Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in his suite on the VIP guest floor. He's usually... Thank you.
Faudrait que j'aille au port.
Welcome back. Oh, please, speak clearly. Understood. This unit requires a moment to process this information. Information processed. Personal designation upgraded to acting constable. This unit concurs with your inference. This unit has been programmed to adhere to board law. This unit has been programmed to Purpleberry 1.
principal suspect pour le moment, c'est le bagagiste là, pas Owen, l'autre.
We got a fight on our hands. Find him, Captain! That's what he's done.
Everyone all right?
Hello there. What floor? To the lobby. What?
You're here. I hope you have the photon proto-distributor, or we're never leaving this damn facility. That was from the twin. Ask me anything at all. Oh, must I really? But I suppose. Oh? Tampering? No, no, no. I just happened to be passing through the kitchen and saw a dish that looked good. If being hungry is a crime. What? That damned bellhop promised discretion. Well, if you must know, it's, an appetite suppressant. How do you think I keep my form so lithe? Terror glands keep me from feeling hunger pangs. I want to add another to the pile. Oh, no. Wait, bah. No use in pretending, is there?
No.
As it so happens, I may not have had the terror gland acquired for personal use. I may have placed it in Bellamy's meal. But before you indict me, please, just listen. I wasn't trying to kill her. Lie is such a strong word. But even if I had chosen to poison myself, the danger should have been minimal. Terror ray glands aren't supposed to be lethally poisonous. They're supposed to cause extreme lethargy, as if you'd inhaled several quarts of Spectrum vodka. She would have had to eat 6 or 7 of the glands to die, and even then it would be an extended, arduous process. No, really, you must listen. I wasn't trying to kill Bellamy. I only wanted her to be incapacitated during the Brown unveiling. With her out of commission, the next available celebrity, myself, would get to host the unveiling. Please think twice about telling the administrator of my misdeeds. If he learns the truth, what's left of my career... A bit cart? You're going to place my future well-being on whichever way a bit cart lands? I cannot believe this.
What? Next.
Inspector? Excellent. I trust you. Oh, I am disappointed. I'd always believed Mr. Woolrich a man of high character. It pains me to order the arrest and detention of someone I admire. I'd like you to continue investigating Helen's murder. You've found the poisoner, but her killer remains...
Non, il reste une personne. Il reste une personne à interroger. Je me tâte. Je me caque un peu là parce que si je commence à partir là-dessus.
Inspector, I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector.
C'est pas Bertie parce que Bertie il est trop con. Jasmine elle l'a pas fait, elle a essayé mais elle l'a pas fait. Ça pourrait être Cédric ou lui.
I beg your pardon. You think I killed Halcyon Helen? There's nothing to prove. I don't understand. Are you trying to make a mockery of justice? I expect you to deliver the name of Helen's killer. I expect you to deliver results, Inspector. And if you can't withstand the pressure, then I expect you to resign. I'm defensive, Inspector, because I'm under attack. I am assaulted by your perfidious and baseless accusations. You're convinced I murdered Halcyon Helen. Fine. Show me some evidence. Are you insane, or do you take me for a fool? No, I'm not going to wait. You had your chance. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here. Forget what I said. I'm renewing your contract as of this moment. Damn it, someone's interfering with my transmission. Can you read the...
Whoever the real killer is, I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up to him.
I guess, if we have to. Getting kind of tired of kicking my heels up in the penthouse all day.
All right. We should definitely go. As for helping him, maybe we take the wait and see.
From the depths of Terra 2 to the heights of Eridanos, there's no mess that your SAM unit can't unstick, unclog, or
Whoever is attacking the distillation station is offering us a challenge.
What floor? To the lobby.
Ah oui, bah oui. Bah oui, bah oui. Voilà. Alors, bah j'ai pas le choix. J'ai pas le choix.
I've said it before, but a nice, beautiful facade often hides a deep darkness within. Or in this case, I suppose a horribly garish facade would be more accurate.
Just wanted to make you smile! Real funny! Giving me that! Everyone all right?
It's you. I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders? Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the Aetherwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
Is your whole life predicated on being indistinguishable from the plot of one of your serials?
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
My plan to save Halcyon. I'm not a murderer, Inspector. I acted in defense. I had to defend Halcyon's future.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host, a bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again. A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent. Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy. The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it.
C'est bien
Anywhere
le cas.
Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes. That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them. She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot. You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
It's a deal.
Better than siding with Ludovico. Manipulating people's personalities through artificial, or in this case, horrifying means is unconscionable.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close. operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out. This entire complex has been exposed to those parasites. Law only knows how many they've infected. Most of them won't even know they're carrying a parasite inside of them. If they're showing symptoms, it's probably already too late. Boundless energy, insufferable joy, an almost saccharine attitude of optimism. Then just like that, parasites bursting out of their bodies, fat and wriggling with vital energy. You're a step ahead of me, Inspector. An airborne pesticide of some kind. I think you may be onto something. See you soon.
Et salut Pop. Si, j'avais déjà fait, mais j'ai pas fait les DLC. J'ai pas fait les DLC, là je suis cul là.
I've never cared much for purple berry juice, but I can now say unequivocally that I'm repulsed by it.
Ah c'est ça, ouais. Bon, en fait, il y a aussi que ma sauvegarde que j'avais avant. Disons que j'avais pas sauvegardé avant la dernière mission. Du coup, bah, j'ai pas pu reprendre ma sauvegarde d'avant. Parce que j'avais juste la sauvegarde juste avant la mission finale, quoi. Enfin, pendant la mission finale, plutôt.
Did I hear something?
I just earned a 5 bonus.
Nice hit!
Funny. I just want to be your friend!
Pour être sincère, je l'ai pas vu venir par contre, le fait qu'il était une jumelle et tout ça.
What floor would you... Next stop,
Ah,
the
je sais,
finest seat in
mais...
the house.
Je sais pas... En fait, le problème, c'est qu'il y a 8 jeux, ça me rappelle, il y a même plus que ça, je crois, il me semble. Mais non, mais c'est qu'il y a tellement de jeux... Il y a tellement de jeux, en fait, que c'est dur de commencer la Quick Dragon aujourd'hui. C'est... Je sais pas. Ah, mais t'as pas toute l'histoire, quoi. Ouais, en gros, qu'on va me dire que du 1 au 6, c'est juste le prélude. C'est encore pire, mec. Déjà, on va réparer ça. Ouais, mais regarde, il y a... Ouais, mais après, regarde, il y a le nouveau là qui vient de sortir. Euh... The Man, je sais plus quoi là. C'est quoi que j'ai le nom? The Man Who Erased His Name. C'est avec Kiryu. Ouais. On verra. Oh putain, je sais pas, je sais pas. Putain, il me vient un ordre en plus. L'enfoiré. Ah, j'ai pas des... C'est pas mal ça.
It's strange. When you walk through that door, I half expected to see Belinda.
Le rire pas, c'est juste trop
Belinda
bien.
and I practically shared a life. Losing her feels like losing a limb. She's conspicuous by her absence.
Ça ouais, mais les pubs qui mettent Twitch, si t'es pas sub, si tu prends tellement cher en tant que viewer, putain.
I appreciate the sympathy, Inspector. Thank you. I'll appreciate your help even more. We shut down Ludovico's distillation plant, but he's not gonna sit idly by. If he can't use Spectrum Brown to infect the colony, he'll resort to some kind of backup plan. I stole this formula from Dr. Blossom, a failed prototype of Spectrum Brown. Look at this. The prototype had the opposite effect, and actually made you immune to the parasites. Precisely. I see we're in your wheelhouse, Inspector. Or do you prefer Doctor? We're going to need 2 ingredients. A sample of essence of sprat, and 1 intact pod of parasite eggs. Cedric's warehouse in the Piraeus spaceport almost certainly carries a batch of sprat essence. As for the pod, I'd check the Wilderness Reserve if I were you. You're a scientist and an inspector? You really are full of surprises. I borrowed a centrifuge from the research lab. Used the ingredients to synthesize an antiparasitic. I'm glad I could count on your expertise. Once you're finished, head to the pilot house. We'll hijack the control system and disperse the cure into the atmosphere. That should kill off most of the parasites. Are you worried I'm gonna shoot you in the back? You're right. You do deserve the spotlight. Here. You take good care of my needs. There is one other thing. While you're at Piraeus Spaceport, have a word. I know Cedric. There's nothing he wants more than a chance to eliminate Ludovico. Best of luck.
Et du coup, je disais, ouais, les... Ah, elle m'a filé son flingue, c'est ça? Il est où? Mais il est faible. Et du coup, je disais, ouais, les pubs quand t'es viewer, c'est abusé, hein. Mais ouais. Mais il y a des gens qui disent que... Bah, il y a des gens... Il y a des gens... Il y a une rumeur... Bah, vu que... En fait, les gens, ils ont peur. Parce que vu que Twitch a fermé en Corée, ils ont peur qu'il ferme aussi en France. Et en vrai, bah, la solution finale, ce serait d'aller sur YouTube, hein. Le nouveau réseau? Kik, tu veux dire? Ouais, Kik, j'ai un peu du mal, avec.
What floor would... To the lobby.
En fait, c'est que j'avais fait quand Twitch, quand on faisait les doubles streams et tout ça, j'y avais fait un petit peu sur Kik et Twitch en même temps, et Kik, moi, de ce que j'ai vu, c'est rempli de personnes qui, pour moi, uniquement demandent des follow back. Ils demandent pas des follow back en fait sur à des personnes qui stream. Je suis désolé, hein, mais un peu rien à foutre, hein. Il est où? Il est là. J'avais streamé, je crois, une semaine sur Kik en même temps. Et ouais. Et j'en avais reçu peut-être une dizaine de personnes, et à chaque fois c'était... Et en plus, il n'y avait pas tant de viewers que ça, donc... En vrai...
Don't mess with us. What could that have been? So you trying to infect me with your sorrow? Feels happy birthday for happy custom. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to make you smile. Nice one, Jeff. Law, how'd you get in here alive? You are...
On va vendre des trucs, ouais. On va vendre des trucs... tout ce qui est en dessous de ça, je pense. Hein. Ah, c'est tu l'as commandé, mec? Oh, putain. Et bah, hâte de voir ton nouveau jouet, hein. En me réveillant ce matin. Putain.
Why, yeah? And not one of them? No.
Inspector, you made it. Well done. I'm afraid you may find the spaceport is, at the moment, less hospitable than usual. My apologies. With Helen, you don't say. You flatter me, but no, of course not. Knowing implies certainty. I merely suspected. This anti-parasitic, it would restore my people to their original, non-infected selves? Safely?
Si t'as pris Chronopost... Ah, ça dépend en vrai. Ça dépend. S'il l'envoie avant 16h30, c'est bon, ouais. Et tu te rappelles, j'avais... je sais pas si je t'avais dit. Je me rappelle plus. Avec... Ok, ouais. Bon, du coup, de toute façon, tu l'auras soit demain, soit après-demain, au final. Hein. C'est pas trop un problème. Ouais, du coup, j'allais dire, ouais. On a... Tiens, on a... Il y a... On a une collection de cartes, de cartes Pokémon à la maison. Et on a pris une carte dans la collection côté Pikachu. Il y a une carte qui valait, je voyais sur internet, elle tournait entre soit, en fait elle tournait entre 500 € et 8000 €. 8000 €, c'est les cartes 10, avec la 10 sur 10 PCA et tout ça, avec la certification de la carte. Et on l'a mis en vente sur eBay du coup, cette carte là. Elle est partie à... un Canadien l'a acheté pour 735 €. Et en plus, du coup, il a dû payer 70 € de frais de port.
Coincidentally enough, we do. Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman, you remember her? There's a package on the desk in her office.
C'est ça, ouais.
You'll find the essence of Sprat you need in there.
Ouais, mec, plein de beurre dans les épinards, là. Et du coup, hier, j'ai dû faire les papiers. Et bah, putain, les papiers de la douane. Oh, c'est un merdier pas possible. Hein. Il faut deux... Merde, comment ça s'appelle, les papiers, là? Il faut 2 documents. Alors non, c'est le bon d'envoi. Il faut 2 déclarations de douane CN23 et signer. Et la facture, pas forcément pro forma, ça peut être la facture du truc. Et la facture en fait, qui est avec. Du coup, bah ouais, j'ai imprimé les factures directement via eBay directement. Hein. c'est en gros quand tu vas sur le truc. Chronopost, Chrono, je sais plus quoi, j'ai pris Chrono Express, je crois. Et en gros, c'est livraison chez le mec au Canada, du coup, en 48 heures. Avec numéro de suivi, sécurité de livraison, c'est-à-dire si jamais il le perd, ben, il me rembourse l'intégralité. Ouais.
Oh, I wouldn't like to say. A custom. Now then, is there anything else I can do for you? Oh, my. You mean Lou was up to no good this whole time?
Ouais, en vrai, ouais, c'est trop bien.
It's an ambitious plan, I'll give him that. But tell me, why should I help you, Inspector? Always best to make sure a man has a better nature before you appeal to it. All right, but you're not to take this as confirmation I have one. Understood?
Eh ben,
You can
travaille bien.
expect slug support. I'll arrange for my agents to meet you at the distillation station.
Et là, plus tard, bah, toi aussi, profite bien du boulot, ouais.
Don't thank me just yet. As thrilled as I am to assist you in taking down Lou, I imagine you have a plan for getting out of the spaceport safely? Are you really? I'll admit, I'm awfully fond of my agents. To see them restored will be a great weight off my soul. Thank you.
Essence of sprat? Not the most obnoxious thing we've found. No, wait. I stand corrected. It is.
Ah putain, mais c'est de la merde.
Oh, you got that?
Stood in our way.
Bon, on va essayer de résoudre cette affaire là. Il n'est pas forcément toujours récompensé quand on fait un... Puis je reviendrai ici.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
What a mess! What a mess!
Bon, j'ai réinitialisé mes points. Encore. Alors, on va s'arrêter là pour midi. On va reprendre d'ici 1 heure et demie environ. Je vais aller faire à manger. Donc je vous dis à tout à l'heure. Bisous bisous. Allez, à toutes.